Hello all, Dominic Tropher here again. Welcome to another video. I hope you're all okay today and I hope you had a great weekend overall. Now today's video is going to be part 2 of my mini-series talking about my overall thoughts on Xbox One's backwards compatibility. I did the first part on Saturday, which was original Xbox games on Xbox One, my overall thoughts. This one is going to be about my overall thoughts on Xbox 360 games on the Xbox One. Now, actually, I've written a list because I was checking about which Xbox 360 games I played on the Xbox One. And I didn't expect to actually play a lot. I thought, I probably played maybe 10 or whatever. I played a little bit more than that, so I did, which I didn't think. But before I start, I ended up forgetting that I actually did play a couple, 2 more original Xbox games on the Xbox One. I didn't realise that when I made the video on Saturday. So the other two original Xbox games I played on Xbox One were Black and Blinks the Cat. I forgot about actually played those, so I just wanted to mention them. So I did. So sorry for any inconvenience, but overall, if you wondered, I played 5 original Xbox games on the Xbox One. So anyway, focusing on the 360 games. So my overall thoughts on Xbox 360 games on the Xbox One is that it was definitely a very cool feature when Microsoft introduced it. Because obviously, with the 360 compatibility, it was the first to be added onto the system, which was really, really good. And, pardon me, and it was definitely something that I honestly did not expect to ever see happen. But I think what Microsoft did with it was really, really amazing. So obviously, with the 360 compatibility, they introduced it back in June 2015 for Xbox Preview members. And at the end of, I think it was November, December, the feature was actually added, allowed all consumers to use the feature. And they obviously added a lot of, games over time. And for the 360 compatibility, it lasted for 4 years, which is actually quite astounding to think it was going to last that long. And weirdly enough, I honestly thought it was going to be lasting maybe a bit longer than that. But obviously, they're focusing on the compatibility feature on the Xbox Series X, Microsoft's next-gen console, which we all know now. But to have this feature for 4 years is amazing. Now, the games I played, overall played 35 Xbox 360 games on the Xbox One. And they definitely improved a lot. So they have obviously gone from the Xbox 360 to the Xbox One. And I have the S model, the slim model. And they definitely improve a bit better, so they do. And they look a lot better, so they do. Like, nothing's changed with the gameplay and stuff. It's still, the same and stuff. And it's definitely quite cool to see these games get a new lease of life. Now, I think there's around, 2,000 Xbox 360 games that came out. And around a quarter of that, so around 500 games were made compatible, which is a good amount. But that might not please a lot of people because of the fact that, like I said in the original Xbox video I did on Saturday, licensing is the biggest problem. But why were more Xbox 360 games made compatible than the original Xbox? The difference there is that the Xbox 360 is a lot newer, so it is. And the reason why they added that feature first for the 360 games is because of the fact there were a lot of people who were still playing those games. And it was still relevant at that point. This was before, it was a year before Microsoft discontinued it. So they were still selling, people were still buying 360 games. And that's why they brought it in. There was a lot more interest with Xbox 360 rather than original Xbox. That's why. And they tried to add in as many, games on the system as they can. Now, the way the game's played is that Microsoft built a separate emulator for these games to run. And again, with the way the games are playable on the Xbox One, the enhancements are better. And from what I've heard of the Xbox One X, the enhancements are a lot, crazy. They're improved a lot better, so they do. And it's just, you know, great to have that. And especially if you've got an Xbox One and some games that you never played on the 360, think, do you know what? I might buy a couple of, you know, Xbox 360 games, a lot cheaper, you know what I mean? I'm going to play them and stuff. And it's a nice thing to have because it gives you that experience if you never played them. And if you don't want to buy, you know, the previous console, as long as that game's compatible, you can play it, and that's a great thing. I like that, so I do. But I think for the feature to be lasted for 4 years is quite astounding. And especially when you look at the Xbox 360, because that could play original Xbox games, that feature only lasted for around 2 years until Microsoft started re-releasing digital original Xbox games on the 360 until they stopped that as well. And it's just amazing in that way, so it is. I like that, I really, really do. Because I don't really mind backwards compatibility. It's definitely a cool thing to have. But I think it sort of makes that value a little bit more better than before. Because if you're told, well, you can play the full library of Xbox One games, but you can also play a good amount of Xbox 360 and a couple of original Xbox, it sort of makes that console a bit more enticing. Because you've pretty much got 3 consoles in one, which is a nice thing. Even though the compatibility is limited for what it is. But yeah, that's just how it goes, really. So anyway, I'll talk about the games that I played, the Xbox 360 stuff. So starting from the beginning, I played Beyond Good and Evil HD. I also played Banjo-Kazooie, Banjo-Tooie, and Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts. And those 3 Banjo-Kazooie games, I played them through the Rare Replay. Because the fact that the Rare Replay collection on Xbox One has several games on there that are just Xbox 360 games emulated on the Xbox One. Just the way it works, so yeah. I also played Bully Scholarship Edition, which is actually quite a good game. Burnout Paradise, fun as well, even though, again, you've got the remaster as well. Call of Duty Black Ops, Call of Duty Ghosts, Crackdown, which is good. Crackdown 2 is also playable on Xbox One as well, so nice to have the full trilogy on the Xbox One. DuckTales Remastered, which I quite liked. Forza Horizon, Gears of War 2, Jetpack Refueled, which is playable through Rare Replay. Cameo, same thing. Limbo, Lost Odyssey, Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, the Call of Duty games. Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, the Orange Box, which I think is pretty cool. I think that's one of the best collections that Valve ever came out and stuff. Really, really cool. Outland, Persona 4 Arena, Prey, Rage, Red Dead Redemption 1, Sega Bass Fishing, Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing Transformed, Sonic 4 Episodes 1 and 2, Sonic Adventure, Explosion Man, 2 Human, Trials HD, and Viva Pinata, as well as Viva Pinata, Trouble in Paradise. And those 2 played on through the Rare Replay, so they did. So they were the 35 games I played. And I definitely think it was pretty cool for what Microsoft did. I do wish there were more Xbox 360 games playable on the Xbox One, but I think for what the work and the time they put into it was really, really amazing. And it'll be great to sort of replay these great classics on the Xbox Series X. I need to start getting used to that name, sorry. It'll be great to play these Xbox 360 games on the Xbox Series X, which is really, really cool. Because, again, as we all know, and sort of sound like a broken record, the Xbox Series X is going to pretty much have 4 generations of Xbox in one, which is pretty cool. So not only will you play the Xbox Series X games, it's going to be compatible with Xbox One, Xbox 360 and original Xbox games, which is fantastic. But, you know what I mean, we're not there yet. You know what I mean, we can still play these great classics on the Xbox One, which is fantastic, and I like that and stuff. But I think, you know, it's great to have some of these old classics, you know, on the system, whether or not you played them. But it also gives people a new experience, because I didn't play every single Xbox 360 game. Like most people, I didn't. So it's great to replay these old classics or try them out for the first time. Like, for example, you can go into a video game store or a second-hand store, think, do you know what? There's some Xbox 360 games, have a look. Is this game compatible? Oh, it is. Do you know what? I'll try it out. I'll see what it's like. Gives those people a new experience for the older and the younger. And it's a great thing to have. And that's what's amazing with the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, is that they are both going to be backwards compatible. PlayStation 5 will play PS4 games. Be nice to play anything else or older than that. And the Xbox Series X will play everything from the original Xbox that is supported on it. So that's great news for future, for the next PlayStation and the next Xbox. Can't wait to see that overall. So yeah, it was great to see this feature, you know, on the Xbox One. Shame it came to an end, but do you know what? We can still enjoy the supported compatible titles, and that is a good thing. So I just want to say thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'd love to hear your thoughts about this. Were there any Xbox 360 games you enjoyed playing on the Xbox One? Are there any that you'd love to try out? You know, I'd love to hear your thoughts about that. So I just want to say thanks for watching. See you all later. Enjoy the rest of your week. Alex will be back on Friday and I will be back on Saturday. So thanks for watching. See you all later. Bye.